Hey guys, it's Beast, back for more beastly content. First things first, this is a top 10 things I want to see in Borderlands 3. The first thing is gun customization. Now some of you are like, what are you talking about, Beast? I want to be able to get weapon mods, and don't just yell at me, no! Weapon mods and perks, like changing the perks for it. Like a perk tree, sort of like how you have on your characters in Borderlands 2, 1, and even the Moon one. Borderlands pre-sequel, there we go. The mods thing, like, let's say there's rare, legendary, and other type of mod. Pearlescent, I think, was the crazy one that was hard to get. It wasn't really that good. All those types, like, you have to find the mods that, like, adds that into the loot pool. So, let's say you can also take off the weapons and just customize the weapons. Also, skins for the weapons. Like, that would be amazing. Because there's one thing I hated about the weapons was, I'd get a really good weapon, but it'd be like an ugly pink or like purple or brown or silver. Just maybe it was an ugly silver, okay guys? But like it just looked plain and boring, and I wanted to throw a skin on it, but they didn't have stinking skins for weapons. And the whole perk tree thing, like you can choose what perks you want on the weapon. Like I know some legendaries give you like increased crit damage, just etc. Different perks like that. Like let's say there's a perk tree, and you have to unlock it by leveling up on these weapons. Sort of like on Destiny. Now some of you will be like. People be like, Destiny, no! But I'm not talking about like, straight up copying Destiny. I'm talking about like, these perks are still going to be randomized, like RNG, like Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 1, and just basically Borderlands franchise. There's still going to be a bajillion weapons. Just adding a randomized perk tree on it. So you can like choose what points to put your perks in, and there's like set number of points for each weapon, and you got to level it up. So you can't just do all the perks. You can only choose certain perks. But it just add a little bit, and they change depending on the mod you put on there. I really want mods and skins. At least skins for weapons. Because I know when people would like mod their stinking game, or mod their save files, they'd stick like different skins, like Spider-Man skin, whatever. They'd stick a skin on a gun, and it would look beastly, but you couldn't use it unless you were actually modding, or someone duped it for you. That's something I'm going to talk about later. Number 2, it's kind of like, they already did it in the past few games, but I want them to continue to do it, and more so. Like, you know how you find the little audio logs? I think they were called that. And like, you'd hear a story about the previous game. Or something that happened in the previous game. Or maybe it was just completely not related to the previous game at all. It's something, boom, they dropped it on you. It was more stinking, amazing stinking stuff in-game. I love that. I want to see more of that. So let's say, for instance, what's his face? Handsome Jack. Sorry for calling him what's his face. But wait a second. He doesn't have a face. Well, he does, but it's all destroyed looking. He has to wear a mask. But anyway, Handsome Jack, I want hints to him, like how he destroyed the vault. But I also want it to include in the game, like why things happen in this game is still influenced by what Handsome Jack did. Like completely new things that you had no idea Handsome Jack had an influence in. It will be amazing. Going to other planets, which you're like, it's just sounding like Destiny again. Hear me out, guys. In the prequel, we went to the moon. In Pandora was Borderlands 2, same with Borderlands 1. I want to be able to go to different planets, because there's different vaults on different planets. That's mentioned in the game, right? Different vaults on different planets. Let's say something happens on Pandora. I don't know what, but you have to go to different stinking planets to get this stuff you need, because it's just an insane amount. Like, you have to go conquer multiple planets, maybe. That'd be cool. I don't know how they can do that, but I definitely want to be able to go to different planets and explore the vaults and, like, get to the vault on each planet, because that'd be something cool. And maybe, like, one main planet that has, like, the main vault that you have to beat, or maybe a completely different story. You have to take down someone, but getting to the vaults has, like, extra weapons and stuff. I don't know how they can implement it, but I definitely want multiple vaults to show up, and I definitely want different planets. More customizability in vehicles. Why am I saying this? Because, well, in Borderlands 2, there was the two types of vehicles and you had skins. That was it. But in Borderlands 2, also, when you first unlocked the, I think it was the, I forget what it's called. I haven't played Borderlands 2 in forever. Jeez. It's literally forever, guys. But anyway, in Borderlands 2, you built, it was the Raiders vehicle or whatever. It shot saw blades, or I think it was like those exploding barrels. I haven't played Borderlands 2 in forever. I should go play it now. But anyway, they shot saw blades and everything. It's pretty cool. We all like that. But you built it yourself. You had to go collect the parts and build it yourself. What if you could find rare parts for vehicles, or maybe just blueprints for vehicles, and have to go collect those parts, which are super rare? Maybe you have to farm a boss. Maybe add like an actual resource thing where you can make your own things, like make your own weapon mods. That goes back to the weapon mods thing. But where you can make and customize your own vehicle. Maybe blueprints for vehicles like, let's say, a motorcycle. I always thought it'd be cool to ride a motorcycle. Like, you can pimp it out, change out the parts on it. I know that's kind of something that's kind of like, it just sounds like an extra add-on beast that no one wants. No, I think custom vehicles would be cool. The skin thing was cool enough, but it was always the same. Like, maybe upgrade the weapons on it, have weapon perks for that, have like legendary weapons, like just add into the loot pool. That would be amazing. Now sure, it'd be one more thing you could get besides that legendary weapon you want, but yeah, whatever. Story changes depending on the character you play as. Now, there was a little bit of this in the other games, but not as much as I would like to see. Like, let's say, completely different starts depending on what character you chose. That would be amazing. I've seen it done in games before. I've seen mods for it in Fallout New Vegas, where you had completely different starts, and that wasn't the best of mods, but it was a cool mod nonetheless. And this doesn't have to be a mod. This could be amazing, okay, guys? Like, completely different starting points depending on which character you chose. And also, I don't know what the characters are going to be, but I do know that would be amazing. And maybe when you're fighting the main boss, or maybe even side bosses, they talk to you differently, or you get different dialogue depending on what character you're playing as. Maybe even the bosses change how they attack, depending on maybe some of them. Some of them are dumb, so no. But some of the bosses, yes, change their attack on what character you're playing as. Let's say you're playing as an assassin, because I know there's going to be an assassin character. Hopefully, because I love the assassin characters. That was one of the two characters I loved and thinking, actually probably three in Borderlands 2, was Zero, Maya. Maya's the one with the bubble, right? I love that, by the way. That bubble's amazing. And that other one. The one with the robot. I forget her because she's a DLC character. But anyway, amazing. I had all the DLCs, by the way, that I could. But amazing. I want to see it. Fix duping. Okay, duplications. Now some people are like, but Beast, I like to duplicate. It ruins the game. Okay, guys? It wouldn't be too hard to fix duplicating. Okay? Just disable the ability to drop the weapons, maybe. Like, if you drop them, people can't pick them up. Or if you drop them, the game saves before dropping them. So, you can't just close out of the game. Because duping ruined Borderlands 2. For most people. You go into some random multiplayer match, and I'm going to bet you they have some duped weapons on there. And everyone has that one legendary weapon that used to be super rare and before someone duplicated it for them. Duplicating makes you so mad. When you took hours to farm for that weapon, and then someone just gets it by getting it duped from their friend, who probably got it duped from another guy. Or those custom weird guns that people now have that aren't supposed to be in the game, that are just stupid overpowered. Everyone's getting them because you can still dupe those. And other people have them that haven't even modded. It's terrible, once again. Having our own base. Now, some of you may be like, but Beast, that doesn't sound nice or logical or anything. What I'm saying is, like, you know how Fallout 4 has build your own base thing? Which is cool, but they could have implemented it better. But, like, because it adds so much more to the gameplay, like, you'd have to collect resources, okay? Now, this may sound a little more meh, and you may not like it. That's fine. I don't really know about this one. I like the idea, though. Building your own base. I'm talking, like, resources and everything. And maybe there's certain resources on certain planets. If you want to build something amazing, you have to go get that resource off that other planet. So it'll add, like, a farming thing. And maybe have, like, some things that are just super rare. There's only a certain amount of them. While some things you can just get as much as you want. Or add, like, maybe even building shops. Well, not building shops completely. But, like, sort of like that item shop. So, like, there'd be a market where you could go back and sell some of the resources. Or, like, buy some of the resources. And it'd be really cool, for sure. play as a villain. Now some of y'all are really like, no! But think about it, guys. You play as Craig the Psychopath. I mean, he's kind of like a villain. I mean, you go and kill people, so you're kind of... Not really, though. You're playing as a good guy. But still, playing as the villain would be amazing, guys. Like, I want to see... Like, I've seen other games do it, where the story completely changes depending on if you choose a villain or a good guy. But I want to see the ability to actually play as the villain. I want to see the villain's side, and I want to see what it would be like if the villain won. Picture this, Borderlands 2 having the choice to play as either the normal Vault Hunters or one of the Hyperion people. Let's say you could actually play as Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2 and actually win that fight and defeat that Vault Hunter. Like, still hear all the storylines and you still hear what the Vault Hunters are doing, but it's completely different and you see the storyline. Now, sure, with Handsome Jack, it's kind of limited because the times you've seen him fight were probably the only times he actually fought. The rest of them, it'd kind of be kind of boring, just like Hyperion chilling, telling people to do and watching people die. Or maybe... whatever, maybe you could play as different characters. I don't know how that would work. They'd have to definitely put some thought into it. But it's definitely something that is possible, and I would love if they implemented it right. Now, if they implement it terrible, then rip, it'd be terrible. Farmable bosses. Now, this is in Borderlands 2, and I'm pretty sure Borderlands 1. But the pre-sequel, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, some of the bosses, you couldn't go back and fight them again. Once they were dead, they were done for. Which sucked. You know how bad that sucked. Like, maybe they have a legendary gun they drop, and there was only a certain percent of a chance for them to drop it. And then you fight them, and in your playthrough, they don't drop it. So you're like, well, I'll never get that gun now. Unless it's released in some special event or something, which is going to be irritating. You want, like, I remember countless hours put into farming a boss for a weapon. The Infinity Gun for one. On Borderlands 2. I want another Infinity Gun, by the way. I hope they bring back some of the guns that are in Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1 and the other ones back in, and I'm pretty sure they will. With some of the legendary ones, they bring them back, but like maybe not as legendaries, or maybe as legendaries. Change them up a bit, so like upgrade them, bring them back into Borderlands 3. I want that. Now, I'm thinking I'm on my last one. Better storage system. This kind of goes along with the base, and another reason why I want to have your own bases, because in Borderlands 2, we had that one tiny little vault, or not vault, it was a vault, and we have also the thing where you could transfer across other characters. I want a better storage system, or infinity storage in your backpack, because that was annoying not having enough. And then the vaults weren't that big. You had to sure upgrade them and all, but they weren't that big, okay guys? That vault wasn't big, and it was in that one place, and it was just kind of a boring vault, stuck backed away in an annoying place. What if you could build your own storages, or craft your own, which is kind of annoying. It's all like, crafting beast, that doesn't sound like fun. But, I don't know, maybe better storage system regardless, because, oh my goodness, I got sick of being out of room and stuff in my backpack, and then going to that vault, that little bitty vault, not the actual vault, but that little bitty, I don't know if it was called a vault or not, but that little vault in Borderlands, or the, what's it called again? Sanctuary. Oh my goodness, I haven't played in forever. But that little bitty storage spot in Sanctuary, and be like, oh, so I got like 20 slots available. I haven't seen it in forever. I don't know how many slots are available in actuality. And yeah, besides that, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of my stuff. I want more storage systems. Like, I'm sure you're kind of thinking, Beast, this is really starting to sound kind of Minecrafty with this whole building your own stuff thing. Maybe not that. Maybe just better storage in general. Or maybe, I don't know, but I want better storage. I'm pretty sure you do too. Maybe just no stinking carry limit. Okay? Because carry limit's annoying. Actually, I like the carry limit, but I do want better storage where I can store some of those rare weapons. And maybe even weapon displays and stuff. But that's all more in base building and stuff. They can implement that, however. I suppose that's all. I suppose it's kind of like a long-winded rant more than what I want to see in Borderlands. But this has been 10 things I want to see in Borderlands 3. If you have anything else you want to see in Borderlands 3, go ahead and comment them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit a like button. If you agreed with anything, or even if you didn't, slap that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and comment down below and subscribe. If you have any other ideas of what should be seen in Borderlands 3, or what you want in Borderlands 3, or if you thought they were good ideas I had, or terrible ideas, please list them down below in the comment section. Now, don't be rude though. Don't be like, your ideas suck. You should just jump off a cliff. Or something rude like that. Please don't do that, guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Keep it beast mode. See yas.